right, Drew, let's take another look outside. Another clear sky in the Willamette Valley. Looks like clear skies pretty much across the entire region this morning.
Yeah, aside from kind of that northern part of the coast, everywhere else is really sunny out there. 55 degrees in Turner on our Willamette Valley Vineyards camera. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures across the metro area are starting to warm up. So there were a lot of spots that were in the 40s today. Right now, Oregon City is still at 49, Vernonia at 46 degrees. But really, other than that, everybody has warmed up into the mid to upper 50s. Here's a look at LeGrand, 56 degrees there over in Eastern Oregon, that Eastern Oregon University camera, and lots of sunshine, but we're going to start to see that haze moving in with this wildfire smoke that we have. You can see it's kind of along the Oregon-Washington border right now, and it is going to move in as we get into this afternoon. So it looks like later today, maybe around lunchtime or just after, we're going to start to notice the haze here in Portland probably first, and then surface level wildfire starts to move in wildfire smoke starts to move in into this evening and especially into tomorrow. So you can see this is tomorrow morning. Pretty much the entire state has some level of wildfire smoke at the surface, and then we'll see pretty dense smoke through the day tomorrow. That won't start to change, I don't think, until we get into Monday. Right now, we have fine air quality here in the Portland area, but Eastern Washington, which is blanketed now in that wildfire smoke, has very unhealthy air quality. There are a couple spots, Spokane, where it's very unhealthy, but quite a bit of the state there east of the Cascades is in that unhealthy range. I think there are some wildfires burning around the Spokane area, which is making their air quality specifically a little bit worse. But we do expect the impacts here in the Portland area, especially though the Dalles. Take a look at that. The Gorge is really going to see the air quality deteriorate very quickly this afternoon as that wildfire smoke moves in. And then it looks like tomorrow, mainly, the Portland area is going to range between unhealthy and maybe dropping down to very unhealthy, though this looks like it'll mostly just sit at that unhealthy range through the day tomorrow. Tonight, it might drop down into the unhealthy for sensitive groups range. We don't see the impacts, though, at the coast. Seaside will drop down to moderate, maybe into the unhealthy for sensitive groups range, but the air quality at the coast should be much better. We're really warm this weekend. Temperatures close to 90 degrees. We might issue a first alert weather day tomorrow as that air quality deteriorates. We'll see. But temperatures could also be just a little bit cooler because of the smoke. And then early next week, temperatures really drop down. It'll be much cooler Monday and Tuesday.